Hey, this is Grant and Mike with Rather Dashing Games, and today we're going to show you our newest release, Hafid's Grand Bazaar.
Okay, here we have Hafid's Grand Bazaar all set up and ready to go.
In Hafid's Grand Bazaar, you are trying to be the best merchant in the land by acquiring gold talents. So here we see the Grand Bazaar. Caravans from all over the ancient world have brought their wares into the Grand Bazaar for you and your opponents to bid and haggle over. Each player gets 6 bidding cubes. Now these bidding cubes have to be spent on influencers who can change the market, rights to purchase these various caravans and the goods in them, and also the customers that you will sell to. So you really have to make some deep strategic decisions on where you're going to put, and it all depends on what you have in your hand at any given time.
Hafid's Grand Bazaar is played in a series of rounds, each round consisting of phases. Let's go through those phases right now.
So the first phase is the bidding phase, but before I get to that, I want to discuss really quickly why the cards in Hafid's Grand Bazaar are unique and important. So we have 5 suits, and those 5 suits are livestock, textiles, food, raw materials, and finished goods. Now the back of the card, you know, is livestock. However, only the person who has the card knows that this is a camel, and that is important because of all the various customers you can sell to. So that partial knowledge versus perfect knowledge of the goods is really key in the bidding phase.
So in the bidding phase, you have your 6 cubes, and only 6 cubes, to spend wisely in the market to try to gain influence, customers, and caravans. We have a lot of options, so let's look at them. You only have 6 bidding cubes to spend in the bazaar. The first option I want to talk about are the caravans. You can see here there are 6 different places I can put my cube to try to win a caravan. If I place my cube on the first one, that means I get my first pick of any of the 6 caravans that have come in. But I can be outbid. Mike could put 2 cubes there and outbid me. Now he's won the right at first pick of any of the 6 caravans. So he's going to take the one from Greece. And I would get, even though I've been outbid, I don't get caravans, I would get the top card from the draw pile. This would continue. So whoever won the second caravan would now have second pick, and then third pick, so on and so forth, until all the caravans are gone.
Another option you can bid on are customers. There are 4 different customers you can sell your wares to in Hafid's Grand Bazaar. 3 of them can be bid on here on the board. The 4th, applying your wares, will be discussed in the scoring section. So let's talk about these guys. First you have the haggler. The haggler is looking for matched sets. So 2 or more of the same item, not just being livestock, but 2 or the exact item, say horses. He will pay you double the gold value that is found on the card. Next we have the collector. The collector is really just looking for the backside of this card. He wants one of each of the 5 suits. He will pay you the gold value of the card plus 5 more gold. Pretty good. Finally, you have the guild master. The guild master is the hardest customer to satisfy, as he wants one of each items in a particular suit. If you get them to him, he will not pay you the gold value here, but he will pay you a whopping 30 gold talents for that set, which is really high scoring for the game.
That's a lot of gold. The next option are the influencers, the first of which is the informant. The informant allows you to look at all the cards in one city or all the cards of one type in the whole bazaar. After that, you can take a card from the draw pile or search through the discard pile for whichever card you want in there. Now, you can bid on there to try to win it, but it's pretty powerful. You can be outbid, and if you're outbid, you get nothing.
So the next influencer is the free trader. What the free trader allows you to do is essentially stand in line in order to hitchhike on another caravan that's claimed. When a caravan is claimed, you would then take the top 2 cards from the discard pile. However, like I said, you're standing in line. And if someone is standing in line in front of you, you have to get permission from them to draw those cards. They can't stop you. They would have to pick the cards themselves if they said no to you. However, standing in front of the line is much better than standing in the back of the line.
The final influencer is the negotiator. It's very powerful. Any player who puts a bidding cube on the negotiator can trade with all the other players in the trading phase. Those who have not put a cube there cannot. So in a 1 to 6 player game, let's say one person put a cube there, all trading and negotiation has to go through that person. Very powerful. So now we enter the caravan phase. The first thing you want to look for is, has someone bid on the informant?
And that would be me. I sure did.
Good.
All right, so I'm going to activate the informant. I will take my cube back. And now the informant allows me to look at the cards in one caravan or city, or I can look at all the cards of one specific type in the entire area. So I'm going to pick livestock because I'm trying to collect livestock. So I get to look at these cards. I don't have to show my opponents.
Okay. Oh, you're not trying.
And now I get to claim a card either from the discard pile, but we don't have one yet because we just started play, or I can pick from the draw pile. So I will take something from the draw pile into my hand.
Okay, now that that's out of the way, we're going to start claiming the caravans. So we want to look at the first caravan marker here. Whoever won that gets first dib of any of the caravans, and that looks like Mike because he outbid me.
I did, and the reason that is so cool to do together with the informant is I know what these cards are. I know if I need them or if I don't. So I'm going to claim a caravan, and I do need that card. So I'm going to take that caravan into my hand.
So now I had originally bid on the first caravan marker, but Mike beat me. So I don't get to choose a caravan from a city, but I do get to take a card from the draw pile. I also would like to activate my free trader option because I like the looks of this card on top. So I am not first in line, so I have to run it by Mike. So I'll say, Mike, I want a free trade. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, so if he had said no, he would have to take those cards. But he said yes, so I get to take these top two cards.
And then claim your cube.
So now we move on to the second caravan. Who won that? I did, so I get to pick. I'm going to go to Egypt and take the goods from there.
And I will activate my free trader as well because I'm still first in line, and I will take these top two cards.
Okay, he takes his cube back, and you get to claim the third caravan.
Oh, that's right. I will go to, I'm starting to get some good food in my hand, so I'm going to take these two food cards from Arabia.
And I will take from the Orient. Okay. These other two caravans have not been claimed, so they'll stay till the next round.
And this brings us to the negotiation phase, which is the heart of Hafid's Grand Bazaar. It is crazy, it is ruckus, it is over the top, and it is meant to be that. And we do that with three simple rules. You cannot lie, you cannot steal, and you have to honor your deal.
Now there's a lot you have on the table up for trade. You have the information on your cards, the cards themselves, you have talents you can use. I can ask Mike to sell to his customer instead of him. I can even ask him for that last piece of pizza. Anything's up for grabs. Yeah.
All right, well, other than that, we'd say don't hurt anybody. Don't wake up tomorrow morning with a Hafid's Grand Bazaar tattoo, unless you really, really, really like the game. And other than that, it's open. The market is open.
So, for example, I have put my bidding cube on the collector. That means I just need one of each category. I've already built a set of that, but I want more because I can sell multiple sets. So I am looking, Mike, just for something blue and something green. That's all I need.
I can make that work, but I need something in trade.
What do you need?
I'm looking for livestock. I don't want to tell you, but I'm looking for cattle.
I have cattle.
Okay.
Now, if you need something specific and I don't, chances are you'll be scoring more points than I am. So I would like to give you this cattle for a blue and a green card.
Fine.
Oh, done. Trade. Okay. Now I have the ability to make more sets, so I'll score higher in the selling phase, which is next.
So trading can go on, and we can trade back and forth, and barter, pizza and soda, and rides to the airport, whatever.
So in order for us to trade at all, one of us had to put a cube on the negotiator. Mike kind of forced my hand, so I had to put it there if we were going to trade at all. But the benefit of putting my cube in there is I can take it off at any time and end the trade. Trade is now over.
Which is a hindrance to me because there was one more trade I wanted to make.
So we can do this on and on and on. I've got what I need so we can continue on to the selling phase. First thing we want to do is look at where we spent our cubes and which customers are available for us to score through. We could score through all of them or none of them and ply our wares. I have placed my cube on the collector. The collector, I've made 3 sets, so I would add up the gold value on the face of these cards and add 5 gold for each set. So I've got 23 gold here plus the 15 points, so I would have 38 gold.
Wow, okay. So 20, 35, 38 gold for you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
But I only have 3 cards left to start the next round with.
I, on the other hand, I went for the Guildmaster, which is kind of tough to get, but I was fortunate and I got all the livestock I needed. I almost had everything I needed to also make another set of food, but Grant had pulled his bidding cube off the negotiator before I could try and trade for that. But not all hope is lost because I keep these cards for my next hand. So I'm going to go into round 2 with more resources in my hand than Grant has. So it kind of balances itself out. So for this set, I would get 30 gold.
So I made 38 gold the first round. Mike only made 30, but he's starting round 2 with more cards in his hand.
Now let's say I hadn't made this set. I had nothing going for me. And I was not able to use the customer I had bid on. I can ply my wares. And plying my wares is I can sell up to 10 cards for just the straight value of gold. It's not the highest scoring in the world, but at least it gets you some, and it gets cards out of your hand, because any cards over the number 10 you have to discard before the next round. I have 11, so I'm not going to get rid of one of these because I'm very close to making a set. I only have 1 blue card, so I'm going to discard that.
And you don't get gold for that.
No.
Okay, so we have completed round 1. Let's talk about how to set up for round 2.
First thing to do at the beginning of another round is take the Hafid marker and pass it to the next player.
Thank you. This gives me now the option to place the bidding cubes first. So now that I have the Hafid marker, I'm going to repopulate the markets with cards. Just work my way around. And then I start dealing 5 cards to each player, starting with myself.
And the reason that this is important is knowing the category in the back side of the cards. We try to keep everything in order.
So we're all set, ready to go for round 2.
And round 2 plays just like round 1. Like I said, we pass the Hafid marker. When every player has had the Hafid marker once, except in a 2-player game, we each get the Hafid marker twice for a total of 4 rounds. You play those, you total up the amount of gold talents that you have, and whoever has the most gold wins the game.
Which right now is me so far.
So far. We got 3 more rounds. 3 more rounds, I will win.
Right.
So that's Hafid's
Grand Bazaar. Hafid.
1, 2, 3.
Hafid's
Grand Bazaar. Do you
That's good.
think they'll notice? That's good. All right, yeah, sure.
Rather dashing games. Well played.